See, after a very long time, I wanted to study this globe, how it is, and because, we are so used to reading the map with the 2D angle, we have not actually studied from the spherical. Although we know that Earth is spherical and, it's something like a ball that it spins around an axis. Now, when we say, I had two questions in my mind today, where I would wanted to interpret from the Vadagiழக்கு மாகாணங்கள், வடமேற்கு மாகாணங்கள், and தென்கிழக்கு மாகாணங்கள், தென்மேற்கு மாகாணங்கள். Now, மாகாணங்கள் is something that we are talking about the continents. So ultimately, we have only seven continents: the Asia, Africa, America, Australia, and the continents where it's identified to be so because the sea runs through, the ocean waves runs through the landmass. So we have seven continents, and why I've got to I've had a doubt is like when we say that from the Asian because India is subcontinent of the Asian region. The Japan is always said to be the land of rising sun. Okay, because we don't get to see the America. We don't get to see the North and South America. The part of the globe that we are able to see is all the other continents are clubbed together, or they have come together. You can see a part of Africa, there is Asia, there is Russia, there is Europe, all these Arab states, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, everything else is all so closely knit. Now, the only thing is that that takes a long time to travel by sea route or by air route is this: you've got to cross this Pacific Ocean, where it is three-fourths of the water is covered, and then you get to see the America. We have the North America and the South America, and I have this pointing out on my globe here, where it says that east is here and west is there. And for a long time, since we were thinking from the point of where we have grounded, like from where we live. So most of the time that I can only realize that something that's the isle that's there is the Andaman Nicobar Islands. Where is it that I'm talking about? Yeah. So this is India. So we have the Andaman and Nicobar Islands over here, and then we have the Maldives and uh, those little islands there, and then we have one more that's another country, but actually it was part of India. But it's a foreign nation that you can still call it as a foreign nation, because at least we have the privilege to say that we traveled to a foreign land. And there, this is we have this Pakistan, we have Bangladesh and all that. So this is China, and what I have felt is Russia. I had always imagined that it was part of somewhere that it had been here. So what I was thinking was actually somewhere that was in line or in tune with Iran, Iraq, and all those areas. So I was actually thinking that much of the space I was thinking about Russia was somewhere that I was imagining that it was falling in place between these, and where China was here, and then Russia falls a part of next to that, and then we have Iran, Iraq, and all that. But now, from the point of view of spherical shape of the Earth, I get to see Russia is just above the landscape of China, or as how we call it as the. It has become a part of the Asiatic region, and because you see the Russian Federation is here. So the entire stretch of land is, it is there, and then there is this Asia, and we have China over here, and because when you see in the 2D, this is only so much that we would be seeing, and this part, the top above, the what is the this part of that is we have not realized it, and though they have what is a unique privilege of this Russia, because they are, as how I had learned it to be, they also have traits of the Christian faith, and as well the influence of the masks. That's how Moscow had become the capital of the Russian the region. So I was actually configuring it or thinking about it somewhere in between of these European uh, land, and also the somewhere between Iran, Iraq, and places like here. But this is just about the Asian thing, where it is so much part of the Asian, from the the top angle that we can get to see the thing. Now, what are Middle East countries? Then we have to say that when you have to move the globe, and then you say that this is the East, and then where are the Middle East countries? Where are the Middle East countries? Do we have to seek like that? And when I am thinking about Middle East countries, it is only the word. If you go by the word that you say, Middle East, so where is the mid? Where is the Mid East? The Mediterranean line, the yes, it is the equatorial belt is runs through, and then there is not much of the landmass down here. Where are the Middle East? So, what are all the Middle East countries that we are talking about, and how many? It's a world that has almost spun together and has knit together, and and when you see throw light on this part of the world, this entire more than half of the landmass that we are talking about, more than the continents, such as only America, I don't get to see. The almost all of them are so visible that all these continents are closely knit together, and so when the light shines on it, and it is supposed to be east, and where are the middle then? What are the middle? Is it we have to say that this is the middle, or this is the middle? This you say just right from where you are located. Do you say this is the middle, or you say this is the middle? As such, I am not too very good with all these the global, so much of a knowledge about global things. I can only reason out only so much. And these warring things, like as they say, world war, as how we have got this WWW. So I think the world war has gone by for a long time before. There is what is it that the warring time, maybe they are wanting to dominate. When you say so much of a Russian mass could dominate China, so much of Russian mass could dominate, and if that was the reason that I know that we are not able to appreciate the workmanship, or that we are not able to recognize the CPM, because they call it themselves to be the communist. They are talking about the workmanship, the craftsmanship, the skilled laborers of the like Make in India and all that. So just the label of the flag that you say, and if we are giving some sort of a privilege what they deserve, and then automatically everything else will creep in here. So that is only that maybe we still respect, but still not be able to um, outrightly say. You can say it's a republic, right? So it's a Soviet. You cannot say Soviet Union. You can say it's a republic, socialist, democratic, sovereign nation, secular nation. So much is so good for India, and India is somewhere around like this. If we have not taken, or if we have not had some good rationalization with all these neighboring states, and I don't know. But sitting here inside, I might say something, but people will say you can, wade through all these borderlines, so that you know that whether you are surviving, or you're just, you are just, you have just got disappeared. So, so now this is the axle that tells me that holds, and not just that, America sleeps in the night. I don't know. And they said that they also have the nightlife, because so many other nations are, so many other countries are working there. I don't think that they would have some probable time to rest, and to have some time to sleep also.